All right, silver price forecast upcoming for next week. Now, I will lay the foundation out first. So, generally, and where are my manners? I apologize for not wearing a shirt and tie today. I have my blazer on, but it's laundry day. So, just want to let you know. But anyway, if we take a look at the graph here, we have silver. And to lay the foundation out, over the course of the last couple of weeks, we've been seeing a lot of the safe haven assets getting a bid. That would be gold, that would be the dollar, that would be the Japanese yen, and the dollar and gold are struggling for dominance right now. Dollars in the last week or so have been experiencing some dominance there, but then kind of lost it a bit. And that also had some effects, downstream effects on silver, having a pretty good day on Friday. However, the overall outlook is that in the coming weeks, and pretty much starting a couple weeks ago, we've had a lot of exogenous issues happening within the world that, in my view, is slowing down the reopening, which would be a bid for silver. Now, here you have some of the technicals here, and we have the Bollinger Bands, we have the RSI, and also the MACD. So on Friday, things looked pretty good. MACD started to rise a little bit. RSI began to rise from oversold territory, but still kind of in that oversold territory. And silver is now slightly above, or in the day above, the lower band there. Now, we are nowhere near the center of the band, which is the exponential moving average. We're not near that center line yet. And unfortunately, if we take a look at the moving averages as well, is it the 2060 and 250? It still looks very bearish, just as far as that death cross that happened a few weeks ago is concerned. We had that huge drop that happened last Friday, and we tried to recover a little bit on Friday, but still, we need some more positive days in silver to see that growth continue. Now, what are some of these headwinds here that I'm talking about? Well, we do have some headwinds here coming in from China being one of them. China shuts down terminal at world's third busiest port after, they are experiencing some of the Delta variants coming in. Now, I will say, this is likely going to be inflationary, which is good overall for gold and silver. However, and actually, let me read this highlight here, and I quote: "The fear is that this new disruption will further strain shipping and supplies of goods, dampening growth and driving up prices. An extended shuttering at Ningbo could be especially painful for the world economy because seaborne trade usually rises toward the end of the year as companies ship Christmas and holiday products." Now take a look at this graph here called uncontained prices. Cost of shipping goods from China continues to soar. And basically, since August and November of last year, which, again, is towards the latter in the year, you start to see prices rise as they would cyclically do as far as container prices are concerned. But they've been steadily elevated in early 2021, and they've been rising aggressively since June, because back in May, one of the ports in China actually closed down. It reopened recently, but now this new one has closed down because of the Delta variant. Now, here's the thing. It will be inflationary for these prices coming down the pipe. But right now, you're starting to see the idea of dampening growth, as it states here in the paragraph. In addition to that, you have, I will add this here. You have this happening right here, which is the Taliban is currently right now today seizing Kabul. And if you take a look here at Google search trends, pretty much since the end of June, which was also around the time we saw cases in the US rising for the Delta variant, we saw the Taliban news really start to take off, came down a bit at the end of July, but then started to rise again recently, and we're starting to see, the Taliban take over Kabul today. And I actually saw a report that the president of Afghanistan actually has left the country. So I'm sure that will also inspire bids towards the dollar, um, which would be, which would provide a headwind to silver. So while I do think that inflation is still on the horizon, and like I said, those shipping containers, and we've talked about earlier this week with CPI rising, OER rising, producer prices rising, inflation is coming. However, currently right now, I think there's a lot more fear happening as far as, well, what's the outlook of growth? And that's why you're seeing the dollar getting a bit more of a bid. Now, I will say, if you take a look at the DXY here, as far as the technicals are concerned, it did hit a double top recently. So technically, usually when double tops happen, it's a bearish indicator. And we had, a down day there, also lining up with some fundamental data. But I'm curious to see if we'll continue to see some weakness within the US dollar this week. That I don't know. However, what I do know is that we're going to get a lot of housing data this week. And from my view, with building permits, which is a leading indicator that even the Fed takes a look at, I do think that'll be weaker. The reports that are coming for this week for building permits will be weaker, I believe, this week. And that will likely not inspire confidence in the DXY. Now, if I am wrong and it's actually better than expected, then I would expect, just like how we saw on Friday, a rapid rise in the DXY. I would expect something to happen like that with the DXY after a good building permits report. But I think there's potential for weakness here in the DXY to continue as far as this poor U.S. economic data is concerned. But I don't think we'll see a drop to like 89 or something like that. I think we'll still see support for the DXY as we're in this very risk-off environment. And I do think, unfortunately, silver will likely experience some continued weakness this week. Now, I hope I'm wrong, but as far as catalysts are concerned this week, I don't really see many that would inspire silver to aggressively rise. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below as far as your forecast for this week. All right, guys, thanks again for watching, and let me know what you think. Please subscribe as well.